brand spanking new, at least for me.
Hello everybody, and welcome. Today we're doing something
Brand spanking new, at least for me.
Today we're going to start a Let's Play of Dark Souls Remastered. We're starting a brand spanking new character, and we're going to go from there. So, here we are in the character creator. There's a variety of classes in most Dark Souls games. You kind of want to start with Deprived because that lets you be level 1, but here it does not. Pyromancer does. So that's what we're going to start with. I generally start with the Master Key as well, gives access to a few things early on. We'll be Astoro Royalty. Pick a hairstyle, color, yeah, get the color, and boom, now we gotta get a name. What should we name ourselves? Alright, good enough. And we're in. So we're going to be doing a Let's Play of Dark Souls Remastered. Hang on, story stuff. Yes. I swear this stuff never gets old. Raid Lord Nito.
The Witch of Isaac and her daughters of Chaos. Grim, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive baby, so easily forgotten.
Who is that boy?
With the strength of gods, they challenge the dragons. Winds, mighty gods, heal the path of sunskins. Witches lead to great festivities. Nito unleashed a plasma of death and
Alright, so we're doing we're doing a full playthrough of this game over the course of time. Obviously, it's not going to all be shot in one take or anything. That'd be asking kind of a lot, I think, out of myself. But for the sake of doing it, though, we're going to complete this game. We're going to play it start to finish, and every Friday, unless something goes amiss, I should be having an episode of this playthrough coming up until the end of it, and then we'll play something else. And we'll see how you guys like that and stuff. And we'll kind of go from there. We're winging it. Definitely winging it. And, yeah. I don't have, like, a dedicated episode length that I'm shooting for. I think I'm going to do it in a way that, like, I'll be stopping in places that make sense to stop in, you know. Unless it really feels like it's just been going on for entirely too long. Then, you know, we'll probably stop at random or something. This is probably not going to be a particularly conventional playthrough, in the sense that, I'm going to be utilizing some cool tricks and such. We're not going to completely follow the sequence the game intends, but we are going to definitely, we're definitely going to finish the game. We're just going to try and make it a little easier on ourselves by doing certain things out of order. So, but first, before we can do anything out of order, we've got to make our way through the tutorial area. And I think that'll be our goal for today, is to make it through the tutorial area and beat the big, thick demon here. He's a thick boy. But I ain't scared. I ain't scared of no thick boy. Look at him up there. You can see him up there. At the top of the screen. I don't know if you were looking. You can see him. There he is. Look how thick he is. He's so thick. Alright, moving on. We gotta keep this party going. There's there we go. This shield is dog shit. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that outright. But there's definitely some things that we can do here. Let's go ahead and equip our hand axe. Oh, look at this boy. Ran out of places to run. You hate to see it. So starting as a pyromancer really gives you a few advantages. We don't have the set advantages just yet, but we will. Relatively soon we will be obtaining set advantages, and the big advantage is all mostly in the early game. The late game, we won't really see quite as much benefit. You know what, let's go check this out. Talk to our boy over here. Alright. Yes. Can you give me your shield? That's like a much better shield than the shield that I have. The shield? Oh, I mean that's cool too, but I wanted the shield. Is this the shield? Nope. we're actually going to go ahead and take this shield off. We don't need this garbage. This hot garbage. There goes our boy dies. We can go ahead and open that door just in case we share the same fate. Yeah, can't progress without talking to old Oscar. I don't know if that's like actually his name according to like Miyazaki and them, but that's his name according to the community. There we go, we got our pyromancy flame equipped. So there's a bunch of boys over here. Look at these boys lumbering around all stupid. He just got a second shot in a row. So this guy actually has a chance to drop his shield when he dies. That's not what happened here, but it's not a bad farm. It's not a bad farm at this point in the game, because for starting, like the shield's heavy, but it's a good starting shield. Oof, get that thick boy. And this is why pyromancy is bullshit. It is very... Oh my god, I can't see a fucking thing. I can't see a fucking thing. Alright, hang on. Now, pyromancy is going to go back to being bullshit. I hate this boss. Listen, it's been a little while since I played this game, okay? Alright, he's done. We finished it. We took the big boy out. And that's that for the tutorial boss. So actually, I'm going to head back real fast and show you guys something. A little bit of foreshadowing, if you will. Hopefully you guys will be able to see it. If not, then this is just going to appear to be fluff to get the video to be a little bit longer. You're just hanging out, aren't you? Where was it? It was down here, I believe. Yeah. Look in there. Try to get that. Oh, but right there's another one. We are going to come back and fight him too. He is going to be considerably more difficult. He's considerably stronger, and he has better moves overall. He does magic damage and stuff. So he's a little bit more of a pain in the ass to deal with. But we'll manage. We'll manage when the time comes, because there's a lot of goodies around here that we can't get right now. We just don't have the right keys and stuff. So the only way to go is forward. Yeah, that floor doesn't look all too hot, does it? No, not really. And through the big door we go. Through the big door. We'll make our way. Oh. And here it is. We're done with the tutorial. We are officially done with the tutorial, my friends. Officially and completely. Now it's time for the game to start. Oh man, when I was younger and I first played this game, I made fun of that because I felt like the Land of Lords being called Lordran is such a kind of a lazy name. It grew on me. It ultimately grew on me, and I kind of like it now. but it still has that air of like, well, duh, or about it, you know. So here we are. We're at the Firelink Shrine. This is our home base. This is our home. This is where we do our thing. We've got enough souls to level up 3 times. So what do we want to put that in? I believe that'll work. Give ourselves a little bit of physical stats. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk around and we're gonna get some stuff. There's things around here that we can get that we want. We want to grab these things. We want to have these things. They're useful early on. Some of them aren't, and some of them will. Fuck this guy, by the way. Some of them will also like be not useful right now. Some of them will just be useful later. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this guy. I don't generally like clerics in games. I feel like there's always something about them, you know? Like, they're so pious until you figure out what's really going on behind the scenes. Yeah, you do. Sure. Yeah. I'm not going to use them, but yeah. So, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the old ways of doing things here in Dark Souls 1. But in Dark Souls 2 and 3, um, shit, what was I getting at? I don't even know what I was getting at, man. It was there, and it's fucking gone. Hey, learn a gesture. Why not? Anyway, you can purchase miracles from him. Miracles are one form of magic. There are 3 forms of magic in Dark Souls. So we're going to go ahead and go to the view stats screen. Alright, so now that we're here on the view stats screen, you can see that down at the bottom there, right above humanity, and on our stats, we've got intelligence and faith. Those 2 stats come into play for 2 forms of magic. Intelligence for sorcery and faith for miracles. Now, that's what I was going to say. In Dark Souls 2 and 3, pyromancy scales. It scales, I don't even remember if pyromancy's in Dark Souls 2 in the same sense as it is in Dark Souls 1 and 3, actually. We'll have to play that at some point and figure it out, won't we? But in Dark Souls 3, it scales with intelligence and faith. But here in the first Dark Souls, it doesn't scale with anything at all. You can just equip pyromancy skills, any of them, at any time, and use them as long as you got a pyromancy flame. Their power is entirely dictated by the level of your pyromancy flame, and you upgrade that through pyromancy teachers. We'll find ourselves one of those guys. But first, we're going to come over here, and we're going to keep doing our rounds around here. We're going to keep picking up items, figuring shit out, you know, finding that useful, sweet, sweet, good stuff. Thought that was a mimic for a second. Hey, something happened. I believe a note I might have left on a different character may have just been raided. Because I believe that gives you an Estus charge. Because you'll see we have 11 now, with a maximum of 10 currently. You can improve that maximum. We'll discuss how to when the time comes. So now we're going to make a run through the graveyard. Now, the graveyard is full of skeletons. Go figure. Big shocker there. But these skeletons are strong. We're not ready to be here. But we want some of this stuff. We want to have these items. You know, I gotta have my pops. So here I am, getting them. Yeah, now we gotta run. Because we can't fight them. They endlessly respawn. So you see there's items up there and stuff. But for the moment, we're just gonna go back to the bonfire and rest real quick to reset everything. That way the skeletons leave us alone. So now the skeletons are leaving us alone. We're going to go ahead and grab a couple more things. There's a few more things we want to grab. We're not going directly back into the graveyard, per se. We are, not yet anyway. Instead, we're coming up here to get the items up here and stuff. So, here's more items, man. We are not done gathering stuff by any stretch of the imagination. So, now, the next step is we're going to go ahead and come over here and go down these stairs. Down these stairs leads, on one hand, to the Firekeeper for the Fire Lake Shrine. She's a sweetheart. She doesn't talk at all. She has lost her tongue, literally. So, there's more about her. We'll get into that like later on down the line in the game. But for the time being, just know that she's our Firekeeper, and so long as she is there in that cage, we can use that bonfire. And that is good, because that's, like I said, Firelink Shrine is like our home base. So down here is the ruins of New Londo. This is a place we're definitely not going to be going through currently, not with the intention of beating it. Now, I know that there's some people out there who just go ham on this whole early game PvP, and they go down here and they fight the four kings like immediately, get their red eye orb so that they can just invade endlessly, and they're assholes. But we're not one of those people. Don't forget to grab this right here. These transient curses are extremely useful because it lets you simulate being cursed without actually being cursed. If you get a curse, you die and respawn with half of your maximum health. You need to use an item, a very expensive item at that, to break the curse. But there is a benefit to being cursed. Being cursed lets you fight these ghosts that have stupidly long reach, and I think that's the first time I've ever been hit right there. They also are incorporeal. So we grab that Firekeeper soul. We're going to try and make it past them all. And try and make it back, and that did not happen. You hate to see it. And now we've lost our humanity. Our humanity that was restored by beating the tutorial boss. You can see we're ugly again. We are ugly again. But we got what we came down there for. And that's all that really matters. So here's why we went over there. Unless we grabbed a Firekeeper soul. You come over here, she doesn't speak, but you can reinforce your Estus Flask with that Firekeeper soul, up to +7. So now our Estus charges are going to heal us a little bit more. That's going to be useful in the trials and tribulations coming. We have one more thing that we want to do, and we don't have a bow, so it's going to involve dying a couple more times. But I'm going to go ahead and take you guys along for the ride so that you all can see it. If you have a bow, you can cheese this and just make your life a little easier by having the bow. But since I don't have a bow, and I don't feel like going and getting one right now just for this, we're just gonna wing it. We're gonna wing it. Make sure that you remember to call the lift back up. That drop will absolutely kill you. We're not going to go back and get those souls. 250 souls ain't shit. I ain't worried about them. There was no humanities on my humanity counter, which is the number next to my health and stamina bars, the 00. That's how many humanities you have stored on your body. Not in your inventory, how many of the items you've used. Kindling a bonfire consumes 1, and for each charge, anyway, each time you kindle it. Alright, so here, that's why we take the Master of Drakes, or the Master Key for that. So, here, there's a couple things we can do. first, we could go in here if we wanted to. That leads to Blighttown. Fuck that place. I don't like Blighttown. I'll be the first to say it. Now, you'll notice this big guy hanging out. He's just dangling there. This is where having a bow would be useful. You can kind of stand like right here, or you can get a little closer. But more, the idea is you can kind of cheese him. You know, you can get over here, and he doesn't really bother you too much until you take one of these items. Which was this? He doesn't care about that one. He cares about those ones. But we got what we came for. And that's why you cheese him with a bow. Because he'll fuck you up. So now, we're a little bit better off. We have gained a couple levels. As you should. We now have an actual shield. A shield with good fire resistance at that. And, we got the Astora Straight Sword, which deals magic damage. We, however, do not have the necessary faith to effectively wield the Astora Straight Sword. So we don't really need that. But it's nice to have it, especially if you're going to run a character that uses faith. I don't care what kind of caster you're playing, you're going to want the ability to fight at a melee range. That's a given, no matter what. You want to be able to fight at melee range just because it is what's going to happen a lot. Your spells only have so many charges. You can't just be dropping nukes on random shit. You need that for the boss, you know. I have 8 fireballs to last me from now till the next boss I fight. Unless I rest it upon fire, you know. So you want to be able to defend yourself at melee range without casting all your charges for all your spells. And if you're running a build that has faith, or a character that has faith, you want to play with miracles and stuff, the Astora Straight Sword is a very reliable weapon you can use, and it will take you through the majority of the game, if not the whole game. It's a reasonably powerful sword. It does reasonable damage. It's a one-handed straight sword, so it's quick enough. It's definitely quick enough. It definitely does its job. So, but I think that's all we're going to do for this particular episode. This is just like kind of getting you into the game a little bit. We went ahead, we beat the tutorial area, we made the boss look stupid even though he hit me a few more times than I wanted him to. We died a bunch of times, but we also got a bunch of items. So you kind of have like a route. If you're going to try and start playing this game, you kind of have like a route and a guideline to follow here on how to kind of give yourself a decent enough start. So in the next episode, we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to sequence break immediately. And it might not work. It might work. There's only one way to find out, and that's to do it. So, and in order to do that, we're going to want to take off all our clothes. It's party time, baby. But for right now, this is where we're stopping. This is a good place to stop. You know, we got our crestfallen bro hanging out over there. We're hanging out over here. And everyone's happy. Everyone's in a good spot. So, thank you guys for starting this journey with me. And hopefully this turns out to be a bit of fun. Hopefully this turns out to be a very successful playthrough. And not just a series of me being stuck on a handful of the things that generally stick me. That said, I do know the majority of the game like the back of my hand. I've played through this game so many times. Again, it is my favorite game. So it's very exciting to bring people, to bring anyone willing to watch on this journey with me. This journey that I cherish so much, in this game that I cherish so much. You know, one of the most wonderful things you can do when you're creating anything, be it music, videos, or movies or games or anything that you're being creative in any capacity. The biggest thing, the biggest thing that will bring satisfaction is sharing your passion with people and sharing things that you're passionate about with people. That's how I feel about it anyway. That's what I've always felt personally. And here we are, playing a game I'm absolutely passionate about for people. And I've watched a few other YouTubers do Let's Plays of this game, and we're gonna do it a little differently from what I've generally seen. This is gonna, hopefully you guys will learn a couple things, a couple tricks that'll make your experience in the game easier. I don't necessarily need to utilize the tricks, but I do it because it makes my life easier. And let's be honest, life's all about making it easier. But anyhow, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, grief that bell button like you're a red phantom that won't leave me the hell alone. I'd appreciate that. It all helps. Even dislikes. I'm pretty sure dislikes even help too, so feel free to do that if you hate Dark Souls. If you're upset about the fact that the Friday block for a little while is now going to just be this game until we're done with it and we play something else. And, yeah. I'll fucking see you later.